What's up, YouTube? This is my Dark Irregular deck profile, or my what I like to call my Nightmare in Wonderland deck. I always really like the theme and character design of these cards for this clan. And I've always wanted to build this clan, just never gotten around to it. And now that everybody's so hyped about the new Amon, House of Amon stuff, in all honesty, yeah, it's a really good archetype. It's just, I personally like Nightmare Land, and a lot of the Nightmare Land cards dropped in price because everybody wants to build the Amon clan. In all honesty, the only card I'm going to be replacing this deck, which I'll explain later, the only card I'm going to be adding is Amon Reverse, just because it's a better option, grade 3, than the crappy one I'll get to in a minute. That's the only card I'll be changing, just because I like the theme of this deck a lot better than the House of Amon. For my starter, I do play Devil in Shadow. It's your grade 3 searcher, that's really all I need to know. These are a bitch to get. Thanks to my good friend Thomas for hooking me up with them. For Amon, or let's see his full name, Demon World Marquis Amon. His ability, if you don't know, this card came out a long time ago. He's getting a cross ride, which is really nice. There's a whole clan about Amon, like I just mentioned. I'm not personally a fan of it. The only card I like out of that is Amon Reverse. My main Vanguard is this card. Its ability that everybody should know is this card gets plus 1,000 for every card in your soul, so he hits for massive numbers. The most I've ever got him up to is around 60,000 with Doreen behind him, which I'll explain her in a minute later. You can swing for ridiculous numbers with this card, but that's not the effect that I actually like. The main effect I really enjoy with this card is you can counterblast 1. It's not a limit break ability, so you can do it as soon as you have 1 damage if you want to. Counterblast 1 and put a card in your rear guard into your soul, and your opponent chooses 1 card and the rear guard circle and retires it. So, which is really nice early game. It's really nice any time during the game, but it's amazing early game because typically they're only going to have maybe a grade 1, grade 2, and probably their grade 0. Especially if you go first, it's a very good thing to retire their grade 0s and stuff. Honestly, you don't want to guard with this. If you have this by turn 3 ride, you're just going to want to say no guard, no guard, no guard, and just take all the damage because you'll clear your opponent's field and easily get more than 10 cards in soul by that time. So he's going to be swinging for cross ride numbers, and you've cleared their whole rear guard field. So it's just really nice. 3 of this guy, I don't even know his name just because he's really pointless. He's there just in case I don't get him on. I don't think I've ever actually had to ride him. He's the only really good backup Vanguard at the moment because he's 11k base. So he's a good 11k swinger in the rear guard. What is his name? Dark Lord of the Abyss. There you go, Dark Lord of Abyss. I don't know. He's a bad card. As soon as we get Amon Reverse, this card is coming out for 3 Amon Reverse. So I guess I'll explain his ability for nobody if y'all care, I guess. It's Counterblast 2, Limit Break, Soul Charge 2, and this card gets plus 1,000 every card in the soul. It's really bad. It's like a pseudo Amon. For my grade 2 lineup, so I'm only playing 7 grade 3s. For my grade 2 lineup, I'm playing 4 of Gwen the Reaper. I like playing the Ragey style stuff. Pretty much I mixed my 3 favorite types of archetypes in this deck. The Rageys, the Succubuses, and the Nightmare Land is the main thing. So he's your Blaster Blade of the deck. That's really all I need to know. This deck main focus is to retire your opponent's stuff so they can't really do anything. It's the whole point of this deck. And just swing for massive numbers. Yeah, this guy, when he hits a Vanguard, Counterblast 1, Soul Charge 3, he's the original Genesis chick. The original card that ever did this. So, yeah, he looks really cool too. For the last bit of grade 2s, I'm playing 4 Succubus, probably the hardest card to get besides Amon in this deck, because it's a promo and it's like 15 bucks, because people are like, oh, it's a sexy artwork. Don't get me wrong, the artwork is really nice, and it's Succubus, of course. There's pervy people out there that play card games. But it's actually got a really good effect. So when this is called a Vanguard or Rearguard, you get a Soul Charge 1. So this is going to be your main ride target. This is a card you're going to want to ride. So for my grade 1s, I play 4 of the coolest looking card in the deck, which is March Rabbit of Nightmare Land. Really cool looking card. It's your perfect card of the deck. Probably my favorite card in the deck. Reiji, his younger brother, I guess. It's called Yellow Bolt. It's another early game card. You either want to ride it or call it to a Rearguard Circle early game, which is Rest Soul Charge a card. That's really all you need to know about that. 3 Doreen the Thruster. This card gets to an insane amount. It's a grade 1, which makes it even stupider. 6k base. Every time you soul charge, this card gets +3, and the effect stacks. I've gotten her up to, I think it's like 32 is the most I've ever gotten her up to, or something like that, 31 or whatever. It's over 30. That card plus a Mon hits for stupid numbers. So your opponent better pray he or she has a perfect card. For the last bit of grade 1s, your main ride target, which is going to be Alluring Succubus, which is when it's road, soul charge a card. It does literally the same thing as Flirtatious Succubus. So I play 4 Crit Trigger, which does the same thing as Margle, soul charge, give it +3. 2 of this trigger, it's crit, so probably one of my favorite triggers in the game, which is just because the artwork is amazing. It's the draw trigger for Dark Regular Soul Charge, and you get a Soul Charge 1 more. 2 more draw triggers, which is the Mad Hatter. You gotta play Johnny Depp, right? So 6 crit, 6 draw, then 4 heal, so 4 of the cat. That crazy cat. But yeah, that's the deck, guys. Hope you liked it. This deck is actually very good. It can hold its own against a lot of the meta, just because it hits for massive numbers and clears your opponent's field. And if you have the Card Fight Area game or you have the cards laying around, I recommend trying this deck out. Peace.